This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, guys, this is Armand Wright with the Wright Flow Show. And like I always say, you got to get your mind right in order to get your money right. And flow is like when you get into the zone, when you're in the zone where you're in that sweet spot. Like say if you're playing basketball, when you hit the shots, you feel like you just can't miss. So we are in the Wright Flow Show. And today's guest, we have Edna White. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do.
Oh, I am from Long Island, and what do? I actually am a coach. I'm comprising both real estate as well as life purpose coaching. Those are my two favorites. Okay. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Awesome. It's a pleasure. Thank you for
thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So how did you get started in business?
Well, I think I started with real estate in 1999. And the reason why I did that is because I was working in the proverbial, what my parents said, get a state job, it'll really work for you.
Yes.
And the state job kind of beat me up really bad, beat my back up. I was always out because of my back and So my prior husband said to me, why don't you do real estate? You're very cool with people, so why don't you do that? So I said, okay, I'll try it. I took the test, passed, and started working for a local real estate, which I did very well with. And actually, I was in one area of Long Island and kind of ventured out into the ritzy area of Southampton and was selling like large houses for 700 and whatever in 1999, so and then going from there, because I was one of those people that just didn't want to stay in the office, wanted to get out. So I started doing that, and it was on from there. 2 years later down the line, I said, hey, I could do this for myself and have my own office, and I did. In 2002, I got my own office. Nice. And then I expanded and got another office in Coram. So I literally had two offices with about 15 agents in one building and about 7 in the other, because I was a smaller office. So there went my love of real estate. I wanted to do it. I love making people happy, yes. Solving a basic need, a basic problem. And I was always creative about it. I was always like, we can get this done here. And, let's talk to always creating the meeting of the minds between the seller and the buyer. So I thought that was fun for me,
Awesome. That's awesome. So you kind of described it a little bit. Just kind of described your business model and how does it work?
Mm-hmm. Oh, kind of describe it. Oh, okay. So my favorite is I love to do subject twos. I love them and assumptions. Awesome. I first learned, as I talked to Armand earlier, pre-show, I learned about it from Carlton Sheets. That was he was my mentor. I had the number, I could call in and ask him questions, and I was way back. So he believed in trading, doing this subject two with $10. I do all of my deals, no more than $100, but I start off at 10 because I'm doing all these other things for you, and I'm going to give you $10 because you have to have monetary understanding when you do this contract in order to move it forward, not just zero. You got to have monetary. So I love doing them. I think they with a good team in place, you can turn a pre-foreclosure or a foreclosure, when you kind of take title to it, you can turn it into a paid off property. So I love doing that,
Awesome. So how do you attract new business?
So I don't really solicit anybody, not at all. I think that once somebody finds out that, oh yeah, she did this or this company did this, then they'll tell somebody. But I start getting my pipeline from someone else. Like I met this guy who was actually in my class, and one of my classes for real estate. And he's like, I don't like this part of it, but I do like the aspect of trying to get the leads for everybody, because he was my bird dog in the beginning. He was my bird dog.
Right.
So he turned that around. He now does all the bird dogging for me, whether it be tax liens, foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, inherited properties, divorce properties. He kind of filtrates all of that for me. So I get every other month, because he gives me enough for a month. Okay, so every
Wow.
other month I get, enough leads to kind of like, disseminate for each in my pipeline. So that's how I work that.
Okay. So I guess in a month, what's the best month you had?
In a month, the best month I had, it's not summertime, believe it or not. My best time is September. My best month is always September.
Okay.
If I gauge September, and I think it has to do with a lot of people closing out their books, children and families moving. So I think it has to do a lot with that, but mostly, and jobs starting, because
Right.
people go on vacation, June and July. So if they want to transfer jobs, they're going to do it in that month and then probably shift in September because they
Right.
want to keep their vacation,
Right.
So that's what I find is they want to keep their vacation. They're going to stay where they are, and then they would transition their job September. Yeah. So September is my best month.
Okay. So what would you tell someone that's looking to get started in the business or who's having some struggles?
Well, I will tell you, I love Carlton Sheets still.
Carlton Sheets.
I would tell them, check them out, check out the teachings, but more so than that, if anybody wants to start in this field, educate yourself, and then get a team. Don't start without a team.
Yes.
Build a team around you for what you want to do. Like I wanted to do subject twos. Mm-hmm. So I needed a team. So I built my team. How did I do that? Researching people, calling them, hey, would you want to be in my team? I'm doing this and explaining it to them and hiring them, right. Saying, hey, you or get an MOU with them, whatever it's going to be, so that you can kind of work together, know that your team is there, and then you can just step out and start doing it. And with all confidence, that the team is going to be right behind you to, if you say something, you don't know the answer, they're going to be there to kind of help you out.
You mentioned MOU. Could you break that down?
Oh, MOU is like a method of operation, like method of what we kind of put together. I know it's method of unisons or unification, something like that. So like say if you and I, like we work together, it's not a paid position, right? But we want to work together. So we put it out in a little contract, not even a contract. It's just a way that we're going to work together.
Right.
That's all it is. It's not contractual. It's just an agreement between me and you, how we're going to work together and what deals we're going to do together. Yeah.
Awesome. So what habits would you say to contribute to your success? Do you have like a daily success plan?
So consistency, knowing what you want, and delegation. Delegation to all the small things to somebody else, because you'll get caught up in the small things and you won't get anything accomplished. So delegate. Delegate.
Yeah, that's what a guy told me. You can do anything, but you can't do everything.
Yeah, you can't. I learned that. I really learned that. And plus you get outside of like what you're really supposed to be focused on. So if you are the one that's searching for these houses, or let's say you're using the proverbial Craigslist, you're doing that. Someone, you hire someone, you get a VA or someone to send the emails, to send the reminder emails, to send out the paperwork, those type of things.
Right.
If you're doing bigger things, you don't get off track.
Right. Okay, what does your team look like?
My team looks like a lawyer. My team looks like me. My team looks like someone who does cancellation of mortgages if I get a foreclosure. My team looks like I don't do any repairs, so I do have a friend that I created an MOU with. So when we do have repairs, it looks like that for Long Island.
Gotcha.
If I venture outside of the state, that looks different. I'm still going to have the same attorneys and everything like that, but it looks different. looks different. I might hire a management company. No, I know might in it. I will hire a management company.
Right.
Even with the properties on Long Island, I've learned let property managers handle it. When you become personally involved, you get frustrated. You don't want anything. Because I really gave up everything. I got rid of everything. I said, I'm not doing it because it's too frustrating. Then it was like ding, 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 property management, hello. And then I had my friend do all of it, and we worked in the office together. He did all of that. I didn't get stressed, frustrated. He handled everything. He had a team of his own, lawyers and things like that. Piece of cake.
Love it. I love it. I love it. So if someone wanted to contact you, wanted to work with you, what is the best way for them to contact you?
Well, I will say Google me. Google me. I'm there. It's too easy. I'm not going to give you content. Is nothing. Just Google me. Edna J. White. I'm there. My number's there. My email's there. My social media's there. Google me. You'll find me. I'm pretty sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I just want to thank you for the interview today with the Wright Flow Show, and look forward to maybe having you back again sometime.
Yay. Okay. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. This is another episode of the Wright Flow Show. Make sure you stay tuned wherever you found this at, and there will be more shows coming soon.